Wow, it is one unbelievably cold day here in New England. I'm here at Savers because they have sent me another coupon. These people are really, they are trying to be my best friends, and I'm falling for it all the way. So I'm here to just have some fun. Ooh, it's freezing out here. All right, let's go see what they got. Hopefully some really good stuff. Fingers crossed. Let the angels be with me. I hope I find some good stuff. Right to the back of the store is where I headed once again. And this lion's head, oh my God, $240 for this. That's crazy. It was missing some hardware. Yeah, I mean, it was a really stunning kind of curved curio table, but it was in such disarray. Wow, I don't know who came up with that $239, but that is extraordinarily expensive for what this was. I don't even think it was that old. It looked kind of like a piece from the 1990s, maybe. Yeah. Wow. Okay. This is more like it. Geese are still kind of having a moment. It depends what it is, but this was a really good size piece and it was only $3.99. And when I turned it over, I saw that it had a Christmas scene on the other side. So yeah, let me look at that. Yes, I'm definitely going to take this. I think it's a really cute piece and I think I can sell that very quickly. Perfect. We're going to take that. Checked out the lamps, did not find anything that spectacular, but I thought this kind of paisley styled ceramic lamp was different. I had never seen anything like that before. I'm looking for small modern lamps. That's what I do best with, preferably in some kind of a primitive or country or little small brass ones. Didn't find anything today. The beautiful design of these canisters instantly caught my eye. They were very rich colored. I thought they were beautiful. And at $6.99 for the large one, $4.49 for the medium. And oh, look, they even have a double design. What a beautiful lily. $3.99 for the small one. I'm definitely considering it until I saw that huge chunk. What a shame. They're from National Wildlife Federation. Had never heard of, well, I've heard of that, but I've never seen their brand on kitchenware. Interesting. They were beautiful. Too bad that they were damaged. These MCM glasses were very pretty. Had there been a set of 4, I would have considered them for the holiday season. But with only 3, I did leave those behind. But I'm not going to give up. Let's peruse this glass area. Sometimes you can find a gem in here. You just have to really look. You never know. I have found Waterford in these shelves. I have found Baccarat in these shelves. These are pretty. These are modern. I'm always looking for modern stuff. They had been a different color. Oh, wait, is this milk glass? It is. Oh, wow. You guys, 4 wine milk glasses for $6.49. I have my 30% off coupon. I am definitely going to grab those. Heck yeah. All right. The only reason why I am pushing everything aside is because this canister is so nostalgic for me. My mom had the exact same set when we were growing up in the 70s and 80s. She had these wood canisters. I think she even had the flower on the top knob, same thing. I don't even care what it costs. It's just more like it's extremely nostalgic. Had the whole set had been there, that would have been really cool. All right, I think I'm going to be grabbing my first Christmas gift. I think John would really enjoy these glasses. He does brew his own beer. He's got a whole professional setup. Never had his own glasses. I think that this would be perfect. All right, this vintage coffee set, $24.99 is really crazy. 7 pieces there, but the sugar is missing its cover. So that's the creamer. The sugar is behind it. Yeah. And that's missing its cover. So instantly lost a ton of value. You cannot sell it for more than that if you're in an antique mall. And it has 4 mugs. It's missing the tray and it's missing the cover to the sugar. So definitely not worth it. These are really cute. I thought this set of 4 little tiny bowls were really darling. They were a good price. I think they were $3.99. Then I had my coupons, so they'd be about $3 for all four. And I thought these were really sweet. I love that grapevine design. Two of them were green grapes and two of them were red grapes. And I think those would be really sweet. You could use them for a little bit of yogurt. You could use them for olive oil dipping for bread, which is something that John and I do a lot. So I'm going to consider these for myself, but I'm definitely taking them. All right, this is other than the table I showed you when I walked in, sticker shock. I mean, jump scare, sticker shock. I realize these are Homer Laughlin, but they wanted $55 for the 12 plates. At first, I thought that was $55 for everything. And I'm like, wait a second. No, $17.99 for the gravy and $15.99 for the sugar. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This is crazy. These are all individually priced or individually stacked priced. $23 for the little bowls, the little stack of bowls. They wanted another $52 for those square plates, which are beautiful. They are beautiful. But you're into it for like $150, way more than you'd ever pay for these on eBay or in an antique store. I mean, it's not that collectible of a design for Homer Laughlin. And that's a lot of money. I realize they're MCM, but that's a lot of money for those in Savers, a ton. I don't know who priced those, but that was kind of crazy. Same with these. These are not anything special. I think you could have gotten these like in the Christmas tree shops or something. And yeah, they really had high prices on their china today. I don't know why. I don't know why. They had a lot of this Christmas stuff. But I mean, I think I would only collect Christmas if it was Lenox or Spode. Just like all of us, right? I was surprised these were Farberware. They looked so classy, so elegant. If they had a full set of that, I would have definitely considered that. They're just so nostalgic. These are so 90s, early 2000s. Everybody was into that really heavy looking plate. Those very thick stoneware plates. Not anymore. Another one that I thought, not vintage. I know these aren't vintage, but I was curious. Sometimes I just want to know what the maker is. Yeah, that had a big chip in it. Okay, that's Mikasa. I thought it was a nicer brand, but with the chip, not worth too much. All right, and then I'm checking out these little Disney Mickey Mouse pieces. I don't do Disney or anything like that, although I know a lot of people do deal with the collectibles like that. And at $7.99 for the creamer and sugar, and then I don't know how much they wanted for the mugs, but those were separate. So you were into it for probably $20 there. And that's about all I think I'm seeing. Oops, wait, nope. This is so pretty. This is restaurant wear though. So they wanted $10.99 for all 7. I really considered that because I thought that was a really good deal. It is stoneware. It is restaurant wear. And I love that green pattern. That is so spring and so pretty. I'm really debating these. I really had to think hard about these, but I honestly don't want to just keep collecting plates just for the plates. If I'm going to start a green collection, I do want it to be ironstone. I want it to be made in England and I want it to be transfer wear. And I'm not going to change what I want. So I do appreciate them. I don't think I could sell them in my store because it's very specific to something that I like, which is green. You know, I love that green pattern. So I left them. All right. They do have some interesting pieces in their collectible glass area. So we're going to check that out. That was not old enough and beautiful enough for $14.99. This is missing its cover. It should be a covered candy dish. That's why it has that indentation there. So way too much for missing its cover. This was sweet. It was cute, but I already have two big pitchers in the milk glass. I don't need a smaller one. So that's not going to help me. I have this bowl already and I absolutely love it. I do not have a pink bowl though, and this is so pretty. Yeah. Oh, I love this pink depression glass bowl. Very pretty, very elegant, very feminine. I'm going to consider that. This amberware, it's pretty, but I like the ones that have all the etched flowers on it. I don't like the plain ones, so I'm leaving those. And I already have this carnival glass, this Jeanette piece. I already own that. I don't like the silver overlay pieces at all. So I don't think I'm seeing anything else. I think I'm just going to take that pink piece. All right, this is gorgeous. At first I thought it was plastic, but as soon as I touched it, it was so heavy. Really, really heavy. So I was like, no, this is the real deal. I don't know if that's glass. I think it's glass, but it's the heavier material. It is not plastic. It is heavy, heavy, heavy. So I was like, yes, please, for $7.99, I could definitely sell this. Plus I had my coupon. It's meant for a tea light. I know it's made in China, but it's very good quality. Sometimes you have to also consider the quality. It's still vintage. I think it's from the 90s. So I grabbed it. Wow, the color on this glass is beautiful. Beautiful. I definitely took this. I recognize it as Amberina glass. I have seen that before, and it's a very colonial design. That's an eagle. Barely discernible, an eagle with stars on the top and the bottom, and at $6.99 with my coupon. Beautiful condition. I'm grabbing that for the store. Absolutely. All right, I am done shopping. Let's get all this stuff home and in the car, and I can't wait to show you what I got. Right, I am done shopping. I found some really good stuff. I always do, right? What a blessing. Yeah, I found some wood stuff that was really cute, and I found some nice glassware. One of the pieces I'd never seen before, it's this really beautiful piece of Amberina glass. So anyway, I can't wait to show you guys what I got when I get home. So let's get out of the cold. And of course I used my coupon too. I got a lot of points today too. Pretty awesome. All right, let's get all this stuff home and I'll show you what I got. Well, hello, it's a few days later from my fun and really fruitful thrifting trip to Savers. I'm petting Mina. She's down here. See her little, yeah, she's right here. Okay. As soon as I turn the camera on, she's got to come right over. Oh, Miss Mina, you haven't said hello in a long time. You want to say hello? Oh, Miss Mina. We're just home today. We're in front of the fire. It's a really cozy day here. It's freezing outside. So when the temperatures are in the 20s or lower, I usually just stay home if I can, if it's not a day for me to work. Today is my day off, and we burn all day to help with the oil not coming on, the heat not coming on. So it helps tremendously, and this is very efficient. I think I told you guys before, we burn bio bricks or wood, and it's a really nice hot fire. But anyway, I'm home today. What better day than to go through the stuff that I picked up at Savers and show you everything I got. And, you know, before I get started, one of the things that I really love, you know, to do on these days like this is to kind of go through my collections. I know that sounds kind of funny, but my sister actually brought that up to me. And I totally get what she was saying. You know, once in a while, she just likes to take out her collections and go through them and enjoy them for what they are. And I really agree with that. So today is that day for me. I'm kind of going through some of my collections because I did pick up some beautiful pieces of glass. It's just making me look at all my different pieces I have in my curio cabinet. So yeah, I think that's a great thing to do on a really cold winter day. So, all right, enough about that though. Let's go through what I got. Let's start off with the wood items. All right, you guys saw me grab this really cute wooden sign. It is missing the hang rope, but I can easily add a piece of twine to that. You know, it's got the holes there, but this is the way I saw it. Actually, I'm glad it was facing this way because what drew me to it was obviously the two geese. Those are still kind of trending depending on what you have. Definitely something like this because it's really big and substantial. So this says welcome friends, but then when I took it off the rack, I realized the other side of it had a Merry Christmas. I love that you can use it, you know, year round. I think that's great. It was, I think, $3.99. Yeah, $3.99. And I think it's a great piece. I'm going to bring it into the store and hopefully somebody picks it up, uses it like this for the next few weeks, and then they can flip it over and have a really cute cottagecore welcome friends sign. This next piece, it is big and bulky, but I'm a Massachusetts native, And this is something that's a big part of Massachusetts history and decorating in a primitive style. So this, nearly positive, is a cranberry bog harvesting box. So if you've ever watched old school cranberry bog harvesting, they basically run a box like this through the bushes, and all these tines shake off all the berries, and the berries fall into the box here. And you can use it for actually a lot of different kinds of berry harvesting. You can use it on big blueberry bushes. You can use it, I don't think raspberries it's not as effective, but any kind of hard round berry, josta berries, blueberries, yeah, those kind, any hard round berry is what you can use these berry harvester boxes for. But I see these displayed in almost every antique booth, mall, that if the booth specializes in primitive items or country items, this type of cranberry bog box can be found. I don't think this is a reproduction. I definitely think this is a very old original. I can sort of tell by the seams and the way it's put together. It's definitely an older box. You can sort of tell by the way it's put together. And I think I got this for $3.99. Yeah, $3.99. So I realize it's a specialty item, but there was so much value left in it for me to sell it at the store that I definitely grabbed it. I know it's a little awkward and it's a pretty big size, but if somebody has like a colonial home and they have a really large like hearth area, people are always looking for really authentic country primitive items to display in such spaces. So hopefully somebody has such a space like this and they see this beautiful old school cranberry bog box and decides to pick it up. You can always repurpose it. It does have quite a large storage box area. I have seen these used for wood storage near a hearth. You know, if you have a really old school fireplace like flagstone or brick, this is an excellent way to put all of your wood, you know, that you're burning. I've seen it used for shoes, like in a mud room. This is a really cool way to throw, you know, shoes in it. There's lots of different ways you could use this. So I definitely grabbed it. I really love it for what it is. It's a really cool, old school, primitive, colonial piece, and we'll have it in the store as soon as possible. I picked up one fabric item, and it was this beautiful table runner that has, these look like pheasants on it, pheasants and fruit. And I absolutely had to have it. I thought it was really beautiful. And when I checked the tag, I was not surprised to find that it's a Pottery Barn piece. So I love it. I'm definitely keeping this. I'm gonna carefully wash it. It's a really long one. I'll unfold it. This is the halfway point. So it's very long. You can see how long it is. And that's perfect for me because I have a very long rectangular table that seats 6. So I do need a really long runner to work on such a table. And I love this. This is clearly like a fall. To me, this is a fall kind of look, or maybe I would put this out in September, something like that, maybe August, September timeframe. But I love it. It's from Pottery Barn. I have lots of different dishes that would go pretty with this. So I'm gonna wash it carefully and then save it for the autumn. Ooh, this fire feels so good. I have a cup of coffee with me. I thrifted this big gift basket, not this thrifting trip. I'm telling you about it because I think I might want to try one of the things in there with you guys. I thrifted this really big gift basket from Yankee Candle, and it had, I'm sure most of you know what fat wood is. It's a treated sticks that help you start your fire easier. But it also had these treated pine cones that make your fire have beautiful colors. I've never used one of those, so I'm going to try one this afternoon. We're going to really romanticize our afternoon home today. So I will, let's take a quick break. Let me try one of those now and see what color actually makes the fire. What do you guys think? I think it definitely works. It makes the fire like a very bluish green. It makes it look very romantic, doesn't it? For me being home all by myself, now I have this beautiful blue-green romantic fire. That's okay, we love it. Well, back to the haul. I picked up my first Christmas gift for my husband. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you've seen us we home brew beer. My husband has a whole complete professional setup, like a very big boiler and distiller and all that other stuff. Not like a home kit, but like all the real equipment that you need to make larger batches of beer. We used to grow our own hops. They still come up, but I don't think he harvests them as much anymore. But anyway, I found these beautiful, brand new in the box. I got them for $6.49, but I had a 30% off coupon, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Everything you're looking at, just take 30% off of it. So I found these two really nice glasses, new in the box. And I love that they just say craft beer on them, because that's exactly what he does, craft beer. So this is the perfect size. He drinks his beer out of these kinds of glasses all the time. It's just normally they have like another brand on them, like, Samuel Adams or something like that. And I think it's really cool that he can drink his own brew in glasses that just say craft beer, like they're his own, his own creation. So I'm going to give these to him for Christmas. You guys saw me grab this lamp. It is really, really beautiful. Very beautiful. I love this. I am going to be selling it, but it's a tough one for me to let go because it's very much my style. It is a glass. This is glass. It's not plastic. It's definitely the glass. It's really heavy. I don't want to drop this thing, but it's meant for a candle. So this is the base of it. And it's got these beautiful roses on it. I paid, what did I pay? Oh, there you go. I paid $7.99 with the 30% off. But this beautiful shade is just stunning. You can see how it shimmers in the light. It's definitely heavy glass. It's not plastic. So I really love this. I think somebody is going to absolutely have to have this beautiful kind of very feminine, Victorian styled, Tiffany styled tea light lamp, and I think it's stunning. It's beautiful. So I can't wait to bring this to the store. These were the last little bit of porcelain that I got before we get into all the beautiful glass that I picked up. I think these might be, maybe the intention was like berry bowl. I think you could use them for olive oil as well. I think these are Noritake, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. ND. I'll have to look that up. Whatever I find online, I'll put right over here. But that's the back stamp on them. And there's two of them that are these dark red grapes, and two of them are the green grape pattern. And to me, I plan on using these. I'm going to keep these because this is really close to the pattern that I have on like my mixing bowls and all the enamel pans that I use for making pasta and sauces. So to me, I would use these for any kind of dipping sauce, or I would use them, to be honest, these are kind of like just the right amount for like if you're gonna have yogurt for a snack, not like for breakfast, but like a little snack when you get home from work, something like that. This is just the right amount of yogurt I would eat, but something like that. But I'm definitely keeping these because they do have that same kind of pattern and feel as my my cookware and my mixing bowls. So I love them. And what did I pay for these? Let's see. Not much. I think it was $3.99 for all four. Yeah, and I had the coupon. So there you go. So I'm going to wash these up and I'm going to keep them for myself. I usually don't show my hauls in bulk like this, but these pieces of glass just look so beautiful all together on the table. I figured I would take a little quick shot of them all together before we go through them one by one. So as many of you know, I love milk glass and I collect milk glass, and I have been on a quest to have a complete set of milk glass to set my table. Like I want the dishes, I want the bread plates, I want the bowls, the wine glasses, the water glasses, the pitchers, anything I can find in the grapevine pattern or any other pattern, but preferably the grapevine for the dinnerware, because I believe that's one of the few patterns that they made complete dishware sets in. I am on the hunt for all those pieces. So I almost missed these. As you are watching the clip of me seeing these, I am seeing them for the first time and can't believe my eyes. I'm like, wow, they're on the bottom shelf. There's 4 of them. I mean, I was hoping there'd be 6, but that's okay, thrifting angels. I'll take 4. And these are the wine goblets. I do not have the wine goblets. I only have the drinking cups, and I have 6 of those, I think. So I kicked off my wine goblet collection with 4. So these were $6.49 before my 30% off coupon. And all 4 of these were in excellent condition. Now, I'm not going to put them on my table right now because my table is completely set for Christmas. It is with milk glass, but I do have the water. I do have the water glasses on there, and I have cranberry glass old wine stems. I've already showed my Christmas tablescape, so you guys can go back a couple videos to see that. But yeah, I have these etched. You know what? Let me go get one. I'll show you. All right, so to make my Christmas table pop, this is what I have on there with the drinking glasses, the milk glass drinking glasses. So I don't want to change these. These are vintage. They're beautiful etched cranberry glass stems. I only have 4. So I'll save these wine goblets for a spring tablescape, maybe January. Maybe I'll do a blue and white tablescape utilizing just the milk glasses, using blue and white. Maybe I'll use my blue and white dishware, maybe red and white, maybe Valentine's Day. Actually, yeah, Valentine's Day, because I have those roses placemats that I just thrifted last video, I think it was. Maybe I'll do a tablescape with milk glass and red and white ware. We'll see. Anyway, a million ways to use milk glass. I love milk glass. I'm so glad sometimes that it's not like a super out of reach collectible, because I love it. And I've been finding a lot of pieces to add to my collection over the last 3 years or so. And maybe it'll come back as a really desirable collectible. I don't know, but I don't care. I don't follow trends. I love what I love, and I love milk glass, and I'm so happy I found these. Then I found these 2 separate pieces of pink glass. Oh my God, I love pink glass so much. It's so feminine and so lovely. This one was, let me just show you this one first. Let me put these down for a quick second. But this one was $7.99. Whatever I find online, I'll stick over here. And I love the top of it. Like the beautiful filigree work and those etched flowers. You can see some etched flowers in there. I have not cleaned up this piece. I cleaned up some of the other pieces because I was so curious how they would look, you know, all cleaned up. But I didn't clean up this one, but yet I will. But yeah, what a beautiful piece. I absolutely love this pink piece. I love it so much. And I found these, I don't think it's a set or anything, but they're the same color. They were in the same area. These were $4. They were $1.99 each, which was, I was like, thank you, Savers. That's a really good deal for Savers. But they're these little miniature, I think, candle holders. You'd have to put a really small candle in there, kind of like, yeah, a very miniature candle. Look how small that hole is. I don't know who makes candles like that. Probably slightly bigger than a birthday cake candle. I mean, not much. But anyway, yeah, they just take these little tiny candles. I'm trying to get them so you can see them through the light. They're just so beautiful when they're in the light. The pink color that they are when the light goes through them is just this really delicate kind of baby pink, salmony pink. I love it. They're very delicate, very Victorian. Just love it. I love them. I'm probably going to keep these because they're so pretty, but I don't need them. But I really like them. All right, so the next 3 pieces I'm definitely going to sell. I'm definitely selling the next 3 pieces, I promise. But so this one is this beautiful green, I don't know, like a fluted vase, some kind of fluted vase. This one was marked $5.99. I did take the tag off of it because it was kind of dirty and I really wanted to clean it and make sure that it was perfect. And it is. I mean, it is shiny and gorgeous. So I'm definitely going to bring this one into the store, and whatever I find, I'll put it right here. But at what did I say I paid? I think $5.99, whatever. $5.99 I think is a really good price. This is clearly a vintage piece. I mean, it's not a today piece. It's definitely a vintage piece. I don't know who made it, but whatever I find, I'll put online. But I love it. I'm going to bring it into the store. So there's one that I'm definitely bringing in the store. I don't break them all first. This one is so cool. It's like a blue to amber color. I paid $6.99 for this one. This one I cleaned up too because there was a lot of schmutz inside of it, and I wanted to make sure that it was as sparkling as I hoped it would be, and it is. Oh my God, this cleaned up so gorgeous, so beautiful. I love it. It's just it's a blue, it's like a dark blue to amber gradient piece of glass, and it's got a lot of different texture in it to it. That's the bottom. I'm just twirling the bottom. There's no mark on the bottom, but that's what the bottom looks like. If any of you are really familiar with glass, you can tell me in the comments what that means, if that's a good sign of quality. It's a very smooth kind of pontil indentation. I don't know, any glass experts out there, you can tell me what this might be, but I definitely have intention of selling this in the store. And then the last piece, I grabbed this, you probably saw in my footage right before I walked out the door. I found this one, and I think this one's called Amberina glass. I have seen this before, but it's got this, I'm gonna say this colonial design. So there's a very faint embossed eagle. Yeah, it's an eagle with its wings out, and then there's stars above it and below it. So it's very colonial looking. And what did I pay for this? $6.99 as well. So it was stunning. This one I didn't clean up yet because it was already very clean and very shiny. So I didn't clean this one up yet at all, but I think it's beautiful. I think this is a beautiful piece of reddish amber glass that I'm going to be bringing into the store for sale. Well, as promised, we are getting ready for John's dad's, my father-in-law, Paul. His 85th birthday is tomorrow, so we're going to make him a feast. Now, this is going to sound strange. I know you guys know that we pre-made some pierogies. It's not going to be a full Polish dinner. I'll let John explain.
So we have this beautiful pork roast. It's a bone-in loin, which is one of the best cuts of pork you can get, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's beautiful, babe.
So normally I would never marinate this, but this one we had frozen, so I want to marinate it to make sure it's tender.
Okay.
So for a good recipe on how to marinate it, I searched the interwebs.
Okay.
And I found a blog post on a Brazilian website from 2009
All right.
Divina Cozina.
Let's look. Oh, yeah. What a beautiful name.
And it's a lombo de porco con chalotas y farofa.
We're not going to try to say that.
And for those of you not familiar, farofa is like the national side dish of Brazil.
It is?
Yes, it's you can make it a million different ways. It's made with cassava flour.
Cassava.
Which is a root.
Yes, I've seen cassava in the grocery store. It's white and it's pretty large. Sometimes I think it's like a oversized parsnip or something, but that's what it looks like, right? Something like that in the grocery store?
It's a big tuber.
Yeah, it's a big tuber.
With a really mahogany brown skin.
Yeah, I've seen those before. All right, so we're going to try that too. So, all right, let's go. What are you doing first here?
First, we have to make the marinade and put the pork in it for 24 hours.
24 hours. All right, that's why we're doing this today, because we're going to be going down there tomorrow. So basically, John's just going to start the marinade today. And then we're going to cook it. Are we cooking it all the way at his house? Or are we cooking
all the way at their house.
Okay, and we're making the cassava at his house too?
Yep, that only takes a couple minutes.
Perfect. All right, so let's get this marinade going, and then stay tuned. We will cook it for you tomorrow at our in-laws' house.
Now we don't have anything that we can really put this in, so we're going to use a crock pot.
For the marinade, you mean? For it to sit? So it's going to get a crock pot bath.
And we'll have to turn it halfway through.
Okay, so you do turn it over. Gotcha.
The original recipe says to poke holes into the meat.
Yes.
To allow the marinade in.
Yes.
I don't poke holes in.
Okay. Now, why is that?
I like, when we cook it, I want it to hold everything in.
Gotcha. The juices. So what he's talking about is when you guys can figure it out. When it's cooking, he wants those juices to be all in that meat.
Put a little, I felt it stick to the pot. So
put a little at the bottom.
Marinade in
Definitely. There. Oh, she fits perfect in there.
Yep. And we'll reposition this after 12 hours. So we'll put this away and see it in 12 hours for a quick flip, and then we'll cook it tomorrow.
Cannot wait. This is going to be such a delicious meal between the pierogi and this Brazilian meat. I can't eat anything today. I got to save all my calories for tomorrow. Bye. It is the next day. It's Sunday, the day that we're going to be cooking the, I don't know the name of this recipe. What is it again?
Lombo de porco con shallotas y farofa.
All right, so that sounds amazing. I wanted to show you guys, since I'm basically a thrifting channel, this is the first piece of La Creuset that I ever owned. I obviously found this thrifting. So I found this at a small little thrift shop that's not even open anymore. I forgot what town it was in, but it was a tiny little thrift shop. I think it was a St. Paul de Vincent, and I think it was in, I want to say Westfield or something like that, but it was at least 7 or 8 years ago. And this was the first piece of La Creuset that I ever owned. I have it to this day. I use it all the time. You know what's nice about this piece is that I did get it thrifted, so you can see it's well loved. It's amazing. It stood the test of time, but I don't mind using it and loving it even more. You know, you can see how much wear and tear. This is an orange colored enamel cast iron casserole dish. But anyway, enough of the thrifting. Let's talk about the recipe.
Okay, so we put the pork in here last night.
Ooh.
It's been sitting in here getting flavors.
Wake up, pork. It's time.
So we're going to take this out.
Your marinade nap is over.
So we're going to put them this way.
Okay, wow. Oh, that smells amazing.
In the pan. And to the marinade, we're going to add the conchilata. Shallotas, of course, are shallots, which you'll find in any grocery store. You can't really grow them in your garden up here. There's the fancy purple onion, and when she said with shallots, she meant it. She wanted 1 kilogram of shallots. So I have over 2 pounds of shallots that I'm going to cut up and add to here. And then for later on, I have 4 eggs hard cooking here to add to the farofa. fragrant. Lots of steam.
One second. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's already pulling back from the bone.
So we were supposed to cook it covered for 2 hours and then uncovered for the last hour, supposedly. But we're gonna check it with a meat thermometer.
Wow.
Before we eat it.
Yeah, before we eat it. It's supposed to be 150 when it's done, but I don't need to check this with a meat thermometer. As soon as you see it pulling back from the bone like that,
Yep.
I think we're gonna be ahead of schedule.
All right. All right. We'll see you in a little bit. better for worse. You're going to put it right on the table, right?
Yep. There you go.
Wow, that smells amazing.
Wow, look at that.
360 view. Wow, that looks really good.
Fix it, and it never came back.
Okay,
Can I have it?
So now we're gonna find somebody to put those bricks back and fix our chimney.
okay. Well, I hope you can find somebody to do that.
That's your other piece.
Is the look done, John?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Nobody can get out of there, sir.
To you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
It's really happy with all this food.
Happy birthday. enjoy many, many, many more. Have a drink and be happy. Well, that was everything that I picked up at Savers. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at all the different pieces that I got, especially the glass. I love the pink glass. I obviously love the milk glass. I'm glad I got a little present for John. And hopefully you guys enjoyed watching us put together that lovely 85th birthday celebration dinner for John's dad. He was very happy. We had a lovely day in Connecticut at their place, and everything came out so good. And yeah, it was amazing. It was a lovely day. You got to cherish these times in your life, you know, and don't rush through them. We had a really nice time, just taking our time, making the dinner at their house, and having a nice long sit-down dinner with multiple glasses of wine, lots of laughs, and a really good time. So hopefully you enjoyed watching that too. All right, I'll see you guys again real soon. I hope the Thrifting Angels are with you. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and you like my content. Subscribe if you'd like to know every time I do upload a video. I try to do that twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays. I did a little questionnaire on my community page, and thank you everybody that answered and left me lovely comments. But most of you, like 70% of you, definitely said you prefer Mondays and Thursdays, so that's my goal. I'll try really hard. I do have a full-time job. I own my own store, but I will try very hard to get my videos up on Mondays and Thursdays, since that's what you guys like, and that's all I do this for, you guys. See you again real soon.